Alright. Last time. You guys... Before the battle, you guys met with Eagle Eye to go over flare color signals. Went over the area which you would be providing the quote-unquote distraction. And said distraction would be killing anything that moves in that area, pretty much. So when the battle started, you guys were able to dispatch two stone giants and a drider. And as you were finishing them off, some red flares came up near the demon gate, and you saw why. There were several beholders that stormed the battlefield, very close to the demon gate. So you guys rushed towards that direction, helping a group of druids take care of some drow along the way, and engaged with a beholder with some chitines that were accompanying it. During the battle, Tilda nearly died via disintegration, but was saved by Prim's wedding present, and Melanie was turned to stone. Yeah, and then afterwards, the Archdruid cast Restoration Mallory, and you guys took a long rest. You guys are fine now. Perfectly fine. Aside from the trauma.
Melanie, right?
Yes, on Melanie.
Mallory?
On Melanie. Not Mallory.
I needed it too, but it's okay.
So yeah, you guys, it's after your battle. You're probably resting at this point. Is there anything you guys would like to do before morning? Or during the morning?
Well, we can hit long rest, just to be clear for you.
You just hit long rest. You guys can hit long rest.
Tilda would have set up the tiny hut.
Mm-hmm.
And only let people in the party in, because these fucking druids.
Still salty.
I'm very salty. I'm the saltiest right now.
All these flavors, and you chose salt.
Yep. And then, at some point, she would like to, talk to everybody. So, probably before we all, bed down.
Actually sleep, yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah, she was running around. Is everything alright?
Who's running around?
Probably the dog.
Probably, but, maybe it was Leia.
Or Luke. We never know.
Well, she did
Sorry,
say
the dog was running around.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all good. Okay, yeah, I'll keep an ear out.
We assumed correctly.
The cats can't cause nearly as much problems.
Well, sometimes they get the zoomies.
Yeah, but they're, fifth of the weight. Sixth of the weight? An 8-pound zoomie is different than a 50-pound zoomie.
That's true.
That is fair.
Though
Physics.
though the 8-pound zoomie can leap onto tables.
It's true. They have more of the height availability, but we're used to where they can go. We're not as used to the dog's craziness, yes.
So anyway, Tilda would like everyone to I would well, let's just say it. Today was a bad day. I'm not going to lie. Today was not good in a lot of instances.
Oh, she's cracked.
Well, somebody posted a picture of a dog on a roof. It was funny. Anyway. And I intend to keep... I look at Zaitari and say, I intend to keep traveling with you here. We have... I gave you my word. So... But I need something from you two, I say to Zaitari and Melanie, in particular. And I
Okay.
need something else from you, Rain. The first thing that I need is for Zaitari and Melanie, for you both to promise that you will, if I should die down here, I want you both to tell Theodric about it. To tell Theodric that I'm dead. You don't have to go into detail about what happened, or unless he asks. But I want you both to be there to tell him. I look specifically at Melanie and I say, I am asking as the Duchess to your vassal knight.
I would do so as a friend, even if it were not for our standings. You know that.
Tilda kind of looks down at the ground when you say you know that, but just nods. And Rain, I would like for you to not be there. That is all I ask.
Done?
I pat Rain's arm. Just
Rain leans into it a little bit.
we can make sure both are done.
And bittersweet. I'll probably do this again later, but just thank you again for all you did during the last battle in particular with the Beholder. It's okay, you don't have to say anything.
Can't
Just
contain
know,
himself.
I just want you to know that I appreciate it.
There is a nod. I'm not gonna do the voice.
I don't know if if we survive this adventure in particular, and if we manage to get out of this place, I don't know if I'm going to keep traveling with you. Today has made me realize that, well, it's made me realize that perhaps this isn't my place.
Do you plan on leaving the treasure hunters then?
I mean, I suppose I'll have to. have to talk to Alexandria.
I understand, especially with the fact that your life has changed dramatically since the beginning of your journey. I don't think that any of us would fault you for having this change as well.
I think I finally... I don't think I can keep asking myself, why the hell am I here? For... ever. You know? I have a place with Theo as the Duchess of Loyola. That I think I would be better off. And I mean, you all don't need me. You're all very powerful and get things done without me. So,
I mean, if that's what you want to tell yourself to give you an excuse to leave, that's fine with me.
I beg your pardon.
I just go to sleep.
Are you narcoleptic or something? I know you're awake.
Damn, when I got rid of silence, I forgot.
Explain yourself. Saitari!
Nope. Saitari has left the conversation.
Fine then. I kick you out of my bubble. No.
Funny if you could like revoke the permission and just launch
I know.
them.
It's just like, what's it like? Kind of like when a cell is kind of just like, you know, trying to spit something out, and it just like forms around it. You go, "Bleh."
I understand.
Yes, you know what I mean. I
Yeah,
just can't I don't know the science terminology for it, so I can't accurately describe it. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I feel like I know exactly how you should exit the bubble. Come on. Control. Just... Oh. I forgot to copy it.
Oh,
geez, yeah.
The rhino.
Why?
Those
So,
mornings
yeah.
come after an awkward time of trying to fall asleep.
Eventually, Tilda will be like, fine, and like turn her own back to Zaitari and try to go to sleep as well. So
Just a series of hard turns.
We all just keep running into each other. What the? Ah!
fuck you.
I'm going to go stand watch. This is weird. Hopefully by the time we get back, you guys will both be asleep.
Leave me in here.
I'm on the forum right now, so they're asking this question, so that's why I said it would be allowed, because one defines that dust left after disintegrate qualifies as a small portion of the creature's body.
Okay, that's well, and I was reading about it, and it kind of went both ways.
It
So
can
I
go,
want-
it can go
both
yeah,
ways.
it can go both ways, but I'd allow it for shenanigans.
Okay. Of course, if Tilda comes back as a gnome, that would be fucking beautiful. Like, just we bring home Tilda, but it's a tiny, tiny Tilda, and we're like,
What
here
about a
you
kobold?
go.
What about using like one of the expanded lists now, a kobold?
We
Best
lost.
friend.
We didn't bring back like 50% of Tilda, but we brought back, a tinier, angrier Tilda.
Right at knee height. Oh, this could get dangerous.
And that's how Gnomeblood entered into the Loyalar family.
I hate you all.
Oh, come on.
In
Were
the
there... Okay, sorry.
In the
No.
morning.
in the
You're all just a
morning.
bunch of dicks. That's
At least you wouldn't be dead. Wouldn't it be better to be a gnome than dead?
no.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow, that's racist.
Wow. Oof.
In the morning,
Mm-hmm.
all of you eventually wake up. Wow.
What is this?
Didn't you roll two
I rolled
17s?
2 17s.
Yeah.
Oh,
And now
wow.
2 13s.
Lucky 13.
Mm.
In the morning, there is a bustle of activity around, I'd say 5:30-ish. Most
fuck
of
that.
the rangers and druids have been up or already getting up.
I'm sure.
And they are small groups are leaving at different times. Again, not to provoke any large creatures that might be lurking near the King's Highway, so they can get back relatively not disturbed. But who knows? It's the Underdark. Terrible things lurk in the Underdark.
You don't say.
What are you guys doing in the morning?
I would imagine grabbing Minsk and trying to go off on our merry way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Deeper into the depths.
All right. Minsk says, "Good morning, comrades. It is
Good
a good
morning,
day
Minsk.
to kick evil's butt, is it not?"
I guess.
Oh, before we go, the Huntsmaster has asked us to see her. She has something that she wants to talk to you about.
She couldn't come to us.
She
We're
is
all in the same place.
she is currently
She's the one in a different place.
She is currently speaking with different groups, designating them when to go back to the surface. So she's doing the, how you say it, the scheduling. I think that's what she said.
But we're not going back to the surface yet.
No, that is true. We are going deeper into the Underdark.
Yay.
To kill the evil. So,
We're killing the evil, the one evil, and then we're going home.
well,
Yes.
I thought we were killing many evils.
It will probably
Much
be the
evil.
evils.
So much evil. Hundreds of evil. As I walk away and go towards where the Huntsmaster is.
All right.
I want to fall in line, fall in step with Minsk,
Mhm.
and just ask, tell me, Minsk, how long would you think the journey between here and the tower, which we'll be taking?
Oh, let's see. If we take King's Highway and navigate through, and the tunnels could have changed a little bit. I hope we can reach there within a week. Maybe more, maybe less. Living Rock is very unpredictable.
Tilda just walks away, muttering under her breath, "This place is the worst. I hate it here. I want to go home."
And then, but Minsk is still thinking to himself, looks like he's still talking to himself. So if you go there, and no, we can't go there. That may be where the aboleth is. But if we go around that, no, the door.
Tilda's
the
already walked away.
aboleth.
She's not listening to this. She's flipping through her book, trying to figure out what spells to prepare for today.
And he's like, no, Duergar, so many Duergar, so much to kill, so many Duergar to kill. And yeah, he just keeps doing that as he's walking to the Huntsmaster.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
Where? There's a spell that isn't in Bittersweet spell list, but I'm pretty sure druids know it.
Mm-hmm.
Gaseous form.
What level spell is that? I thought that was a 5th.
3rd level.
3rd level?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, and she has 5th level spells in here.
Well,
She has 1 5th level spell slot, but she has 3 3rd level spell slots. And gaseous form is a druid spell.
it is. No, it's not a druid spell.
It's not.
Nope, it's a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard spell.
Oh, I thought it was a druid spell. Okay.
No, you're thinking of
Windwalk.
what was that Windwalk or something stride.
Oh, okay. Yes, probably Windwalk. Probably the 6th level Windwalk. Okay. For some reason, I thought gaseous form was a druid thing. Never mind.
Okay,
Does not.
tis not.
She's by all that Vox Machina fart traveling.
Well, I was gonna suggest that we fart travel there.
If only we could do that. Unfortunately, it is out of our price range.
Yeah.
By price range, I mean we don't have those spell slots.
Nope.
I mean, I have a 6th level spell slot.
But
True.
unfortunately, no Windwalk.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, she took a dip, so no 6th.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, Eagle Eye, she and Margot are currently talking to a group. Well, talking to several groups. As you walk closer to where she is, you can overhear her saying, all right, so if you leave in 2 hours, that means you can leave in maybe an hour and a half. And if you circumvent the King's Highway, and let me get back to you. I'll be right back. And she walks towards you with Margot. Ah, perfect. Just who I wanted to see. I wanted to. Mintz must have told you that I wanted to talk to you before you went on to your journey.
Well, yes, or we wouldn't be here right now.
Fair enough. I decided that should send somebody else along with Minsk with you, especially to the area you're going. They don't know too much about the Earth route, but they do know more about the areas to the Earth route. You're going to be encountering a lot of things, and the Middle Dark is considerably more dangerous than the Upper Dark.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to make sure that you all get there safely, and of course Minsk returns to us safely. And Minsk says, "Huntsmaster, who are you sending with us?" And the Huntsmaster says, "I'm going to be sending Zin with you." And Minsk looks thoughtful for a moment, and he nods. That is not a bad idea. And if you're okay with one more person watching your backs, you don't have to take Zin with you, but I would feel better if 2 people from my commune went and perhaps come back.
I think that in this case, an addition of 1 person will not make us that much less stealthy, and could indeed help us significantly. I think it is a good plan.
Good.
I mean,
Well, what's their skill set?
yeah. Can we meet them first?
Of course. Zin! And you see a individual in a green hood, poke their head up and start walking towards you guys. The person is about maybe 5 foot 8 inches. Very lithe in shape. And when the individual pulls back their hood, you see that that Zin is a drow male. He has a long sword and a short sword, sheaths and scabbard, a crossbow on his back, and like very dark gray leather armor. And he says, yes, Huntsmaster? And Eagle Eye says, they wanted to meet you before deciding whether they wanted you to accompany them or not. And you see Zin nod and he says, are there any questions that you want to ask me?
Do you know anything about the Raven Queen's choice?
He blinks. I'm afraid I do not.
Worth a try.
He looks at Minsk. Minsk shrugs.
Do you know anything about where we're going?
I know about the path there where you're going.
What about fighting Shatterkai?
I have encountered a few Shatterkai before, yes. So I'm aware of some of their maneuvers.
Is he wearing like a holy symbol or anything?
He is not wearing a holy symbol. The only thing he is wearing ornament-wise is a silver chain around his neck. He doesn't have any rings, any piercings. His hair is braided in cornrows that sweep down the back of his head. Very plainly dressed.
And what's your skill set, Zin?
I am mostly a melee fighter. I am a little quicker than Minsk here, and Minsk, not in that way that you're thinking. I'm very quick on my feet, and I hide very well, and move very quietly.
Not to be racist in any way, but are you bothered by sunlight?
I've learned how to deal with it, if that's what you're asking. Unlike many of my former brethren in this place.
So if you were to, say, be in sunlight, you wouldn't feel that you would be disadvantaged in any way?
It would make me slightly uncomfortable, but I would understand why you would deploy such tactics against them.
Yes. We were attacked by these very angry umbrella creatures on the way here, and when we cast daylight, they just fucked right off. So
Many things around here will react the same way, so as long as you consider me on your side, you may deploy these tactics as you wish.
yeah, just wanted to make sure it wouldn't, hurt you or anything.
Oh, no.
Can I make an insight check on this guy?
Sure.
See if he's on the up and up. Alright.
I don't think we need him, guys.
My god. I roll so fucking low every time for my insight.
That's why he's very trusting.
He's not too difficult to read, you feel. He seems to be speaking truthfully, as far as you
Okay.
can tell. And he seems to be answering your questions very honestly.
Okay. I don't think it'll affect us too much.
Okay. Eagle Eye says he knows the flora or the lack of where you're going. There is one more thing. So, as you said, you're all going to the Shadow Tower, and for whatever purpose, it's not any of my business. I I will say that whatever you need to take care of in the Shadow Tower, Minsk and Zin are not allowed to accompany you. And do any of you have the spell known as Sending?
We
I
do.
point to Tilda.
Yes.
So they are to wait. So Zin and Minsk are to wait for you outside of the Shadow Tower. If they don't hear back from you in 1 week from when you go in, they are to come back to the surface.
What do you expect us to do? Take a vacation in the Shadow Tower?
I don't know. There are things around here that could, distort the mind, distort reality. There's a lot of messed up things around here.
I think we'll be fine.
All right. As long as you agree to these terms, you can leave with them whenever you want.
Then let's go.
All right. Zin nods and Minsk points towards the direction you guys are going and starts marching. All right, let me get my map of the Underdark. Marmling Bear Rams. I gotta make this thing larger. Okay, so you guys are around here. You guys are going there. That is going to take 1, 2. Okay. So you start marching towards. Well, Minsk says you guys are going east. And he's in a pretty good mood. As you're walking along, you do notice that for the first 4 hours, you're walking down the part of King's Highway that drifts down. Actually, everybody make perception checks.
By the way, I just want to say Tilda's on her broom.
Okay.
Just.
Oof. Not me.
Good job, Rain.
Rain, you're probably more aware of this since you are a collector of medicinal herbs and learning from Rain a little bit about what to expect, what kind of plant life,
Is
goes
that
around.
22 bittersweet?
No, I think the first one is
The first one was bittersweet.
Yeah.
13.
You do notice that there is considerably less fungi and lichen and other plant life down here. You also notice that it's becoming...
Hey, Melanie. You notice how things are getting a little darker around here? Because there's less fungi around.
What?
Sorry. Continue, please.
Okay.
Please.
You also note the...
No,
Make
we're
the-
just
make
gonna
the
make
pain
you
end.
sit in that terrible, terrible pun.
You also notice as you're heading more downward that the air is a little less humid than where you previously were. So it's definitely getting drier as you traverse down.
Oh, was it humid before?
There was a dampness in the air. Now you're not really finding any of that.
Okay.
This probably could attribute to why there's not as much fungus down here. It's because they like the damp, and it's not really damp down here at all.
Sure.
Um,
Tilda would definitely know that.
as
So
you,
in general, things are getting shittier.
as you are traveling further and further down, I would like everybody to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Great.
I also would have cast dark vision on myself before we got going. So just
Here's for Mel.
Natural 20.
Sweet.
so natural 20. Wow.
Wow, so many natural 20s.
Wise motherfuckers up here.
Apparently
Melanie,
we're getting it all out of
Lynn-
the way early?
Lynn, you got 2 natural 20s. That's not
Damn.
fair.
I was feeling pretty good about that 14, and it's a perfectly average roll.
Well, luckily for all of you except Rain. So you guys are.
Tilda just made it.
So you guys have a decent gauge of how long you've been marching already. This is around maybe the 4-hour going to the 5-hour mark. Rain, you're having a very difficult time gauging whether this is still hour 2. Are you on hour 6? You definitely feel more tired than usual, but at the same time, you feel like you shouldn't be this tired. It's leading to a little bit of confusion. And I'm gonna say for probably the next hour or so, you will have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
But the rest of you are keeping time pretty, not easily, but better than Rain is.
Better.
Yeah. This is also around the time where you start smelling salt in the air. At first, you think it's your mind playing tricks on you, but as you continue walking,
Is there anything I would have read about this in my various research?
roll a history check.
With advantage? I'll
No.
take that as a no.
No.
Okay. I didn't know because I did a lot of research, so. A 12.
You think you recall hearing about a giant sea in the Underdark?
Okay.
You don't recall its name, and you don't quite recall what denizens may lurk near it. But there is definitely a sea somewhere when you last did your research at the commune.
One of those things, Quagoth, I think. Oh, this will be fun. Okay. I'll share that with the
time soon, guys.
I'll
Come on.
share that with the party.
And Minsk will say, yes. They call it, Zin will say they call it the drow call it the Glimmer Sea. But most of the surfacers, he mentions, calls it the Black Sea for reasons of appearance. So you continue down, and I would like another set of perception checks, please. This time you are starting to notice that there are some patches of rock that have accumulated a fair bit of amount of salt. And you do see evidence of maybe
Oof.
some strange fungi.
Wait, why does Bittersweet have disadvantage on perception checks?
They
'Cause
don't.
They shouldn't.
Rain does.
Oh, it came up in a weird order on my screen, and hers came up right as I clicked Bittersweets. So, okay, that's my bad. Sorry.
Also, is Bittersweet casting Dark Vision on themselves? You'll have to mark that spell off, just a friendly reminder that Firbolgs do not have Dark Vision.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
Like 8 hours? Yeah, I'll just...
Or
I'll just
they
mark
can
that off.
turn into a crag cat or something.
Yeah, or a giant spider.
I'll mark off Dark Vision for them. 1 second, I'll be right back. I'm
Okay.
gonna go make sure the dog's not getting into nonsense.
All right, so you.
They did still roll a 1, but
You.
Bittersweet. So.
Okay, and then Minskin. Okay. Okay. Minsk and Rain. You hear. It sounds like gibberish. You hear like that, pretty much. That's what you hear. And you do hear.
What Rain usually hears when Tilda talks, you say.
You hear the sound of you hear the sound of water as well, like as if waves crashing upon rock. Minsk says, be alert, comrades. We might be approaching Kuatoa soon.
What is that? Good.
They are fish people. They're fish people that speak
Like
nonsense.
mermaids?
I shake my head. Not mermaids.
If you think when you think mermaids, think the opposite. You know, head like fish.
Oh.
As long as we do not disturb them, they should leave us alone.
So a wide
Usually.
berth then.
Yes. And yeah, you guys keep walking, and you do eventually reach the edge of what is a massive black sea. Those with dark vision, you see a black body of water that looks like it stretches for miles and miles. Like
Is it... Sorry, is it like choppy? Is it still?
It's
Just trying to get a picture.
right. So when you come to the when you see the edge of the water, it is still, but there are luminescent rocks on the ceiling, and they actually reflect onto the sea. So it looks like a sea of stars, but the water is perfectly still. Other than it looks like some of the you see that some of the rock formations, there's some water dripping down, and it forms these calcified columns, or it helps the rocks from above with the water dripping down. It looks like some of these columns are getting longer and longer, and then in some cases some of these columns have actually formed pillars of rock and salt that go straight into the sea. Um, at the edge of the water, there is...
Oh,
Hmm?
real quick, I'm sorry. Tilda also wanted to ask Zin or Minsk if there is a tide with this sea.
Zin Zin says that there is no tide associated with this sea.
Okay.
The water is not stagnant. It's still, there is certain riverways down here that feed into it. But he will also admit that he doesn't know everything. He doesn't know a lot about the Glimmer Sea because one doesn't travel on the Glimmer Sea freely or to one's free will. The Glimmer Sea can be very dangerous, and most drow and Jorgar will avoid travel on it if possible. But it is a very quick way to get to certain places in the Underdark. But Rain and Mince can see the source of the noise. There is a hut that sits near the water's edge. At the outside of the hut, there is an enormous fish man. You think, Rain? His skin is a light violet. Well, you're dark vision, so you don't know this. He is very large. He is not dressed as you think he should be dressed. He looks more... He, if it could be a he, is wearing very similar clothing to what you've seen Belzor and some of the monks on the surface wear. And he looks like he is, for lack of a better description, meditating on the water's edge, and you hear the... He doesn't seem like he knows he's doing that. But he's sitting cross-legged at the water's edge in front of this hut.
And we don't see any other fish people around.
No, he is the only one that you see.
Kill him. Do it. Get him.
Do a Vex. Or Caleb, as the case may be.
Yeah, either or. It's just a Liam thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not doing anything to us.
And
We-
he could.
But
He's listening for the ripping of notes. I would.
That's what his face looks like. He has a very large... His face is much larger than the Kuotoa that you've read about, Zaitari.
Okay.
Yeah. Most Kuotoa... The picture of the Kuotoa you have seen look like this. He has a much wider face. His
Where you share? Where is it at?
it's on it's
Oh,
in
I
the
see it.
Discord
Yeah.
chat. Yes.
Yeah.
So he looks older than... He must be older than your average Kuotoa that has been captured in drawings.
and his eyes are facing forward rather than off to
So
either
they're-
side.
Yes.
Do we
It-
want
you-
to stick around him? Do we want to just go up and take care of it, or take a look in the cabin? Hut.
I think that we should just.
We just need to keep
Going.
moving.
There's no reason to. No reason to mess with it.
Bittersweet, do you think you can do your pass without trace?
I can.
Okay.
Pass without trace is level 2. Okay. I cast pass without trace.
Okay.
I guess we'll try to sneak around, huh? I'll keep eyes on until
Okay.
everyone else has gone to a
Um,
safe distance.
everybody make stealth checks, please.
And everybody gets a +10.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as my sheet actually opens instead of moving.
Hmm.
+10, obviously.
21.
Lind, have you rolled anything but natural 20s all night?
She hacked the server, man.
22, by the way, for Tilda.
She's manipulating the JavaScript on local.
Dun dun dun.
I didn't roll a natural 20 for bittersweet.
Okay.
Keeping them for yourself.
That's all right. We're getting all the good luck out early.
As Bittersweet and Zaitari moved around and tries to go past the hut, you see the Kuatoa's head turn.
They're 21s, though.
I know.
Okay, just make sure.
I'm very well aware of the 21. And you see him quietly grab a staff. It just looked like a stick in the ground. He grabs a staff. He uses it to push himself up. And he starts very slowly walking towards your direction. But he is not walking in any threatening manner. His face is, as it appears in the Discord chat, has a very serene look on his face.
Can he see us?
I mean, he seems like he can. Melanie
Well, I
will
didn't know
say.
he could hear us.
Melanie will say in Undercommon, "Can we help you?"
And in common, he replies, I was wondering if you needed help. Are you lost? Do you need any help?
Insight check. Insight check. Insight check.
Yeah, you need to insight that guy.
Oh, thank God. There we go.
Artery?
Matters.
Both of you. His expression hasn't changed since he was on the at the water's edge, now speaking to you. You're not sure. What are you trying to glean from this insight check?
If his words are sincere.
You can't tell.
The hell did you roll?
Jesus, what the fuck?
Why can't I can't see any of the most recent rolls. Apparently I need to reload.
What help do you want to give us?
Well,
We're obviously not from around here.
that is very clear. I was just wondering if you were lost. I have encountered a few individuals these past weeks. Unfortunately, the madness in this place had already gotten to them, and there was nothing much I can do. It appeared that you had not succumbed to the dangers of this place as of yet. So I would have merely pointed in the direction out or towards where you needed to go.
So you're
Maybe,
not going to try to... Oh, God.
Maybe an introduction is in order. And Rain is saying this while she is still invisible, so.
I apologize. That is very impolite.
I'll be right back.
I should have introduced myself. I am known as Shushar.
Oh. I know Shushar from something else. So, Shushar, you're not going to try to stop us from going further?
No, why would I?
I don't know. You might be crazy.
I mean, to my own brethren, I am crazy. But many people believe my brethren are crazy, which could be true. It's a matter of perspective. But I do believe many individuals other than my brethren would believe they are insane as well.
I'm gonna pull Minskin. What is it? It's Zen,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Zen aside.
Yep.
So we know where we're going, right? Do we need his help?
Mince nods. Yes. Yes, comrade. We know what you're going. And Zen says, yes, but it wouldn't be a bad idea if he is truly sincere. The Underdark does tend to change from time to time, and I myself haven't been here in a couple years.
I turn back around and look to everybody else. Just kind of give a, what do we do? Look.
I just say over the brooch, it's your calls are ours. You're op.
I'll say over the brooch. Did forget about these. Nobody tells him where we're going. He can just point out dangers for a little while. Is everybody fine with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will turn back to him, say, all right, Shushar. You can come along.
He looks confused. I was only going to tell you what dangers to expect where you were going.
Oh, that works too, I guess.
If you do wish me to come along, I don't think I'd be much help on where you would be going if the intentions are violence.
All right. What should we avoid?
Of course, you could probably tell if you're still sane of mind, not to try to avoid sailing on the Glimmer Sea. There are several Kuatoa villages down that way. He points in the direction that you are going that might react violently to your presence. I do suggest that you avoid them.
Is there an easy way to do so?
There is an easy way. There is a way to do so, though easy might be... Nothing is easy down here. There are some side tunnels that have opened up within the last few days that you could take. I do see that you have a puff salamander with you, so that would be very wise to keep an eye on the salamander if you're going to take those tunnels. There is a very large Dwargar city that has been established in the last year or so. Roughly that way. And he points to the southeast. They have regular patrols, and they have captured a few fire giants in their employ. As slaves, more like it. So I'd suggest avoiding the patrols if possible. Other than that, I do not know too much that lies beyond the Glimmer Sea, so I apologize for not being able to tell you anything about that.
Well, what do we think? Side tunnels or Duergar? Either of the rangers want to have any opinions?
Well, Minsk is always ready for a fight, and Zin is, like, shaking his head. The side like Zin says, the side tunnels would be very dangerous for toxic reasons. But then again, Minsk would be happy. I think Minsk would be so happy to fight fire giants. I'd rather stay out of their way, says Zin. Not that you all are very capable. If you wish to take the path of probably going to fight, then that's fine with me. Each route has their pros and cons. The side tunnels would be we wouldn't be detected, but the main route is the straight and probably the path, the most direct path of where we're going, probably.
Oh, I was muted. I think the side tunnels is probably best. Between our portable hull and the bags of holding that many of us have, we can use it as backup air sources. And we do have these, and I take out one of the gas masks. If it's going to be me making the decisions, then we're taking the side tunnels.
It sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I'm always up for sneaking, although there is something to be said for a straight-up fight.
I mean, I'm really not interested in fighting fire giants.
I mean, I am, but at the same time, I don't think that it's a good time for it.
Fire giants? Okay. Fire giants? No. Those other giants nearly killed us just with their rocks.
It's true.
Oh, then tunnels it is.
Okay. And Shushar says, and I think this goes without saying, but do be careful, and I wish you luck on where you need to go. Okay. He slowly walks back to his meditating spot and sits down, crosses his legs, and goes. And you just hear a soft as you walk off.
That was interesting.
I'll say.
Very perceptive person.
I'll say.
I really
Let's
thought
keep
we'd been
going.
quiet.
Let's try to be a little quieter in the tunnels.
I mean, you guys were quiet for you.
I mean, we can only get so far.
Okay, so you guys walk through the tunnels. Can I get a perception check from everybody? This is probably around the 6th hour that you're walking at this point.
And,
And Rain,
Am I still at disadvantage?
you're fine now. Okay, so perception, Rain. Is that it?
I'm trying to get Bittersweet's sheet to open.
Okay.
it takes longer for the ones with spells.
Ah, I see.
this one's for bittersweet. I'm not gonna try to get the thing to change because my thing's being weird.
Okay, I'm also gonna put you back on the underground background. Okay, it's not hard. It's not difficult to see, and as soon as you see it, it's like it's as if everybody turns their head at the same time, and you see the puff salamander go like a puffer fish. Like he is a complete sphere at this point.
Yeah.
And Zin's like, oh fuck. What are you guys doing?
I mean, we've been briefed on what to do in this situation, right?
You figure that you have a few minutes before you start breathing in toxic air.
Okay, well, I guess I'll put my gas mask on.
Okay.
Yeah, who else has one of those?
I think we got enough for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, if I have one, I'm gonna put one on. Yeah, I think we did get enough for everyone.
Yeah,
do the boys have...
Zin looks
masks?
like Zin has one.
Uh-huh.
He's prepared for this situation. Minsk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but...
You gotta realize Minsk is not the exact. He's not the role model for planning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Minsk, we need you to get in this hole.
Zin's like, just get in the goddamn hole, Minsk, and Minsk will get into the hole with Boo. All right. So eventually, you guys walk through the cave. The puff salamander goes back to normal size, and with its
Mints back out.
okay, and with its googly eyes, looks as if nothing has happened. Actually, uses his tongue, lazily licks one eyeball.
Oh, that's so gross.
Still has that 1,000-yard opposite direction stare.
2,000-yard stare.
Yeah, it's a 2,000-yard stare. That's true. And you guys continue on. I need another set of perception checks from everyone.
Okay. Oh, crazy.
All right. So, you guys think you smell... Huh, that's weird. You guys think you smell... gingerbread baking? There is a scent that's wafting down the tunnels.
Oh, yeah, no, fuck that. I look at Zin and Minsk. Like,
Zin is like, what? Like, what? And Minska, that smells like he has that smells good on his like look on his face.
Minsk, whatever it is, don't trust it.
But it seems that as we head down this tunnel, the scent is getting stronger. We are to encounter this whatever it is. Are we not?
Don't trust it.
Shall I kick Evo's butt?
Potentially, yes.
Okay. As you round a corner, you come into not a large, but a cavern, maybe about the ceiling's about 30 feet high. The area that you are currently about to go into, is about maybe 40 feet, 50 feet wide. There is another hut. This one carved from rock. There is a very nice luminescent garden outside, made out of all types of fungus and lichen. If you didn't know any better, it just looks like an herb garden if this thing was sitting on the surface. There is a fire that is currently burning outside of this hut, which is decorated with brightly colored stones. Since the fireplace illuminates this cavern, you all are in essentially dim light. There is some laundry hanging out between two stalactites, with some kind of like braided, fibrous, for lack of a better term, rope that doesn't look like it's traditional rope. It's a slightly grayish color, so it looks like it may have been made with some of the fungus that you find in the Underdark. And on this fire, there's a cauldron, and you blink and you rub your eyes because you can't probably believe what you're seeing. There is a mind flayer outside, stirring this cauldron in the most hideous sweater you have ever seen. There is what can only be described as a mildew-colored shawl around its shoulders, and a terrible-looking, you think it might be a wig? It looks like it's not naturally a natural hair. That looks like the same color as the rope that is hanging some equally hideous shawls and sweaters. And a skirt has a couple holes in it. And this mind flayer is calmly just stirring whatever sweet smelling baking good you guys smell in this cauldron.
Okay, this is fucking crazy. I don't want to deal with this.
Minsk is like, Zin is like, they are very confused.
If anybody's particularly interested in dealing with this, feel free to go ahead. I'll back them up. But I do not give a shit. I want to keep moving.
And you said there's a pretty extensive, like, herb garden, kind of? Is there anything well, probably nothing I recognize, but...
Roll herbalism kit.
If it's a nature check, it ain't going well.
Alright. You actually recognize a few things that are in this garden. Which is very odd because you are freaking underground. What, you don't...
Anything really interesting or rare, maybe worth picking up, or...
Let's see. You do recognize a few things. In the garden, there is this patch of lichen that glows like fire, aptly named fire lichen. It has, pretty good healing properties, in particular, healing properties that deal with, deal with a neutralizing a hemotoxin, so a blood toxin, a type of toxin that would coagulate the blood. Certain snakes that you know of carry this type of venom. There is also what looks like some choke mold, aptly named when used in the correct manner, and these very cute little triangular blue mushroom cats that have yellow patterns on it that almost look like star bursts that are aptly named wizard hats. Those might have some. They are used extensively in different types of potions. Most of the potions that wizard hats are used for are the type that deal with evocation. So if you were, say, if you wanted had fire in a bottle, wizard hats would be a component of that.
Well,
This is
There's
really weird.
there's some pretty good material here I could definitely use.
Then feel free, go get it. If he sees you and starts killing you, I'll help kill him.
Do you want me to say something? I do know Undercommon.
I mean,
That's on you. I'm not doing this. This is too fucking weird.
Look, I made us get giant toenails, so I feel like I owe you because you made potions out of toenails for me, and I'm sure they were really gross toenails. So, do you want to go up there and just be like, hey, buddy, can I buy some herbs? Or do you want to be like, stabby stab, steal your herbs? Or what do you want to do in this situation?
I mean, I think maybe we should try the peaceful thing first, and then you can always stabby stab later, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to Undercommon and be like, hey,
Okay.
Christ.
what are you doing down here, you weirdo? I'm not gonna say you weirdo. I'm just gonna say,
What are those?
what's going on? Could we buy some herbs?
Okay, so okay.
Initiative.
You see the mind flayer stop in mid-stir and squints in your direction.
Oh my
And-
god, it's a mind player, Grandma. She can't see us.
And then reaches into a pocket in its skirt
God,
and takes
it has
out these
fucking glasses.
thin, looks like they're made out of like a twisted gold color metal,
Ugh.
and just puts them on its face.
We're
Oh,
gonna have to kill somebody's grandmother.
Over the brooch, I just go, what the fuck?
hello.
Or it's hungry.
You wanted, and this conversation is going on in Undercommon. You wanted to buy some herbs?
I'll walk up so I'm not just yelling at this person and be like, yes, my friend here makes potions in her spare time, and we were walking by. I couldn't help but notice your magnificent garden, which is no offense, but a little bit out of place. How are you doing this?
Well, bat guano makes very good fertilizer.
Oh, right. What about light?
Light?
Oh, these are fungus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
radiation is what feeds them.
Okay, I thought that for some reason I thought I heard of a regular photosynthesizing plant in that list, but apparently I didn't. Okay, well, if you don't mind, could maybe any of these for sale?
I could spare something. What do you have to trade?
Well, let's see here. We have
The Eye of Carsus. Do you know what this is? No? Okay, here you go.
I actually have, and I will pull out the necklace of marble and citrine that I got from some random thing. I have a necklace. Or, just regular money, but I don't know how useful it is because you don't look like you have a lot of like shops down here, so I don't know. We have gold coins if you want some gold coins, but that's
I'll say we got uh got a bottle of Algor Red left. We got some
Oh yeah, she
potions
can't get wine down here.
you can't.
Liquor up grandma.
Potion of animal friendship, potion of climbing, a weird superior health potion that's kind of chunky as I recall.
The mind flayer reaches out, and you see that its fingernails are actually painted. There is a glow that is accompanied by this with the nail polish. So it looks like one of those like funky nail polishes you pick up that glow in the dark. And may I take a look? A closer look. And it reaches out with its right hand, palm up.
For what?
Particularly, you mentioned the wine, right?
Yes.
All right. May I look at the bottle, please?
I'll get it from the bag I'll pull it out and hand it over.
You see the mind flayer starts inspecting it, tapping it. Hadn't had this in a while. I tell you what. What did you want from my garden? Anything in particular?
I was looking at the fire lichen and the we call them wizard hats. The blue triangular blue mushrooms.
Are you translating this, Melanie?
I'm just translating everything.
I will trade you the wine, and the mind flayer points to both of you, and
Your souls.
some fingernail clippings, and you can have as much of those two things as you want. Leave one so I can replant. And
why do you want fingernails?
You see.
For the blood ritual.
Yeah, I know.
You see that the mind flayer turn and gets out a box, and when they open the box, there is a variety of things. There's hair, there's teeth, there are fingernails. There's like little odd trinkets. You think they're made of people. I like to collect things.
I kind of look back at the group. What if we got you like one or two more sets of nails? Could we get some choke mold too?
Wait.
When
Hold on.
it's translated.
You. Okay, wait. One moment here. I'm gonna just 1 second. That's a lovely box of horrifying items. 1 moment while I confer with my friend, and I'm gonna switch back to common. I don't want to give this weird grandmother any of my fingernails. She's definitely making some sort of golem or something. She's gonna make a person out of all of these bits of people, and then it's going to wreak havoc, and then it's gonna have my fingernails. I can't be having that.
You get to live forever, in a way.
No.
While you're talking amongst yourselves, the mind flayer continues to stir the cauldron.
I would like to peek in the cauldron. What's in the cauldron?
Roll a investigation check. The mind flayer is making no motion of like stopping you. It's just humming to themselves. That was
is me.
bittersweet.
It's mine.
Okay.
I said it as bittersweet by accident.
You see a couple floating puff balls, the mushrooms, but other than that, you can't really tell. Smells really good though. Smells like liquefied gingerbread.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't ask for very much. And this is for the
Just
group.
one creepy ass thing for me.
You realize she might be able to cast spells on us later if we give her.
She's just an innocent grandmother. What is your...
Or a
What's the
scrying
suspicion?
focus, but whatever, I guess.
Okay, you know what? If you fine, we can give her something else. I mean, mine aren't very long, but I can. I guess I could do a little bit of hair. If she wanted a little hair, I guess. Oh, this is so weird and gross. I just don't really. You know what? If you want some weird fungus, then okay.
It's gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Sure. If I have to roll any sort of save later tonight, I want you to know that I know that it was your fault. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm just going to know it was your fault. Okay.
While you're talking, the man flayer takes a sip of the concoction in the cauldron. Reaches down in a pocket and pulls out some what looks like a bone and tosses it into the cauldron and keeps stirring.
You need the marrow for the good flavor. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna make a deal for some wine, some fingernails, and some lichen and wizard caps.
Okay, that sounds good. Would you like any elixir too?
What sort of elixir?
Points to the cauldron.
What does that do?
Well, keeps me looking youthful, wouldn't you say?
You know, I don't want to be mean. I don't know a lot of.
Hey, if it's free, come on.
No, you know, that's very nice, but I don't know if it would be safe for us to drink because we're not, and I just put my hand in front of my face and wiggle my fingers. like little tentacles.
I understand, dear. That's okay. More for me, then.
You're right. Okay, well, here's some fingernails.
It's getting a little longer than usual.
They will gesture to the garden, to help yourselves. What are the rest of you doing while this is going on?
These fucking idiots.
You guys are just watching this exchange. Zin is like, what the fuck? And Minsk is intrigued? Hello?
Did we lose them?
Did you leave
Oh,
him?
sorry. I was muted. I was saying stuff. No, yeah, I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Eating around.
Tilda? Okay.
You're muted, Rose.
I heard a sniff. Okay. So yes, you make this exchange. And Rain, you are able, if you want, to take everything but one, because they need the rest to repopulate the garden.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You have 1 ounce of fire lichen and 3 ounces of wizard hats.
Like, are we talking to a mind flayer Mary Berry?
Got it.
Possibly.
Oh, so weird.
Okay.
Can't wait to get back to the surface and start mixing all this shit up.
Yep, it's gonna be crazy.
Alright. Well, it was nice doing business with you. You have a nice day. Stay safe out there.
Thank you. Enjoy the fingernail clippings.
Oh, I will. I will.
Really got creepy. That grind got me.
Anyways.
Oh, I'm leaving and I'm just so worried. Mel just has a look of like, oh god, what have we done on her face?
Gave her the eye of Karsus. It's all good. Nothing bad could happen. No worries.
You guys make your way back to the group. Zin is
Are you
shaking his head.
prejudiced against old people or something? Melanie, dear?
No, I'm prejudiced against people who sometimes eat brains for fun.
No, I don't think they do it for fun.
I mean, should we be insulted she didn't want to eat her brains?
I don't know. Maybe she's on a fingernail diet. Oh, that'd be
So, like the
worse
South
diet.
Beach diet.
Oh, God. Yeah, she's definitely gonna make some sort of homunculus, and it's gonna have our fingernails. And, oh God. Okay, let's go. Yeah.
I mean, would you want it to have substandard fingernails, really?
Yeah. Yes. It's something that I might have to fight. I might have to try to kill it. So yes, I want it to have the worst fingernails. Just so they fall off, and then it doesn't have any fingernails when I try to kill it. It's... Yes.
Well, that's tomorrow's problem, I suppose.
You know, she probably would have given us every single herb in that garden for that testicle you have.
Testicles not for sale.
Okay. Point taken. Alright. Well, let's go back to the group and see if Tilda has a nail file. I've got this one a little crooked.
Alright, you guys head back to the group.